King Charles III and Queen Camilla touched down in Ottawa today, beginning their two-day visit to underscore Canadian sovereignty. The King's trip, happening at Prime Minister Mark Carney's request, is an opportunity to assert Canada's long-standing ties to the Crown, while President Trump's 51st state rhetoric continues. The highlight of the royal homecoming will be tomorrow, when King Charles will deliver a speech from the throne to open Parliament, marking the first time a monarch has done that in Canada since 1977. Tessa Bennett joins us in studio with all the details from day one of the visit. Tessa?
Manisa, Prime Minister Carney greeted the royals as they landed in Ottawa today before they attended a community gathering and ceremonial tree planting at Rideau Hall. Carney said ahead of their arrival, the trip is a reminder of the bond between Canada and the Crown, something that's grounded in common values. The plane carrying King Charles III and Queen Camilla touched down in Ottawa this afternoon to kick off a short tour that marks Charles' first as king and 20th visit to the country. Greeted by Prime Minister Mark Carney, Governor General Mary Simon, and Indigenous Assembly presidents, the royal couple began their two-day visit.
There's really so much that is happening with this visit that has made it kind of one of a kind. On a really basic level, it's the first time that Charles has come to Canada since becoming king. And of course, we can't talk about this visit without talking about the Donald Trump in the room.
Carney announced the trip would be happening in a post-election win speech, saying it would be a chance to assert Canada's sovereignty by highlighting the country's ties to the Crown in the wake of U.S. President Trump's 51st state comments. Carney also met with the royals in the United Kingdom during one of his first foreign visits as PM.
I think that symbolically it's probably going to have a bigger effect in showing international relations and potentially have an impact with the U.S. than it is to make most Canadians feel Canadian.
The first official stop today was Lansdowne Park, where hundreds of people packed in behind fences to catch a glimpse of the couple. There, Charles and Camilla engaged with residents and organizations they felt showcased Canadian identity and diversity. What followed was a ceremonial tree planting event at Rideau Hall. Charles, Simon, and Carney met briefly before the media inside Rideau Hall before discussing privately to bring the first day of the visit to a close. Camilla was also sworn in as a member of the King's Privy Council in Canada. Today's events were all just a precursor to the highlight of the royal visit happening tomorrow, when King Charles will read the speech to open Canadian Parliament from the throne. But royal historian Justin Vokes says Canadians shouldn't expect to hear Charles make any pointed statements.
There will not be any warning shots fired towards Washington. This speech is written by our government. The king does not get to put his own opinions or his own biases into it.
The speech will lay out the government's goals and how it'll achieve them. It also marks the first time since 1977 a monarch has done this in Canada. Each new session of Parliament is opened by a speech from the throne, and the House of Commons and the Senate must wait until the monarch has given their remarks to move forward with any business.
The government wants to prize sovereignty, it wants to prize resource development, it wants to have fiscal austerity and tighten the belt. So these are themes that will come up, but it will be very meaningful for older Canadians. And it will be meaningful for those who are monarchists, the 50% or so who follow the crown.
Tomorrow's speech will mark the third time a monarch has delivered the remarks in Canada to open Parliament. And while there are hopes the King's speech will underscore Canadian sovereignty, a new poll from Angus Reid shows 83% of Canadians are indifferent about the royal visit.